Okay, my apologies. The mic was muted. Okay, so again, good morning to everyone, and welcome to our session for this morning, wherein we are going to be continuing with our discussion of sports psychology, and particularly what are going to be the mental training that we are going to be focusing on for this morning. Okay, so just a quick review on what we have talked about yesterday is that we actually focused on the four important parts or four important things about setting goals, okay, for our athletes. And we actually ended with the main idea of people skills that actually pertains to the success of our athletes. Okay. And to be able to work on that one, for people skills, we are actually looking into athletes or successful athletes, they tend to realize that they are part of a larger system that includes their families, friends, and teammates. Okay, wherein they are actually looking into being part of a whole community that is given to them. Okay. Now, when an appropriate or when you are part of a bigger system, okay, technically, what happens is that you are able to have you're able to communicate your thoughts, okay, feelings and needs to to the people around you, wherein you tend to listen to them, okay, of what they are also feeling and what they are thinking. Okay. And then the third part is that you also get to learn effective skills for dealing with conflict. You are able to deal with difficult opponents and other people who have negative or oppositional points of view when it comes to ideas. Okay. Continuing on that one is that after you have successfully have done the idea of what do you call this of people skills, then you tend to realize and comprehend what are the things that you need to understand when it comes to telling yourself or what we call self-talk. So for successful athletes, you tend to maintain your self-confidence during difficult times with realistic, positive self-talk. Okay, you tend to tell yourself what are the good things that you are able to do. Okay, if there are going to be things that you need to address to, or the things that you need to look into or look upon when you are doing or when you are actually dealing with yourself and with other people. Okay. Second one, you talk to themselves the way that you talk. Okay. The way that you talk to your own best friend. Okay, so technically, you get comfortable. Okay, you tend to speak about the ideas that you would want to say, or you would want to look into how the others are going to be feeling. Okay, then you also use self-talk to regulate thoughts, feelings, and behavior during competition. Okay, it's like psyching out yourself. Okay, you are actually shall we say, you are actually telling yourself what are the things that you need to do, or what are the things that you yourself, needs to feel. Okay, or what should your behavior be, during the actual competition that you are going to be going to there. Now, after your self-talk, there, mental imagery will be coming in. And in mental imagery, what we are actually dealing here is that you are actually telling yourself what will you look like, before, during, or after, okay, in the future. That's why on this note, what happens to you is that you prepare yourselves, okay, in before the competition by imagining yourselves performing well in the competition. So kumbaga, tinitignan mo na yung sarili mo. Paano mo gagawin yung best mo during a competition? And mainly, you try to imagine yourself. How are you going to be doing things? How are you going to be approaching a certain thought? Or how are you going to be doing things alike, okay, in a real competition that you are going to be dealing with? Okay. Next, you are also going to be creating and using mental images that are detailed, specific, and realistic. Kumbaga, pinaplano mo na sa ulo mo kung ano yung dapat mong gawin. Kung ano yung during sa training or during sa practice or kung ano yung tinuro sa'yo, kung ano yun na yung gagawin mo. And then you use imagery during competition to prepare for action and recover from errors and poor performances. For example, sabihin na natin sa volleyball, okay? Yung sabihin natin libero ka or setter ka, okay? Now, you are already telling yourself what you are going to be doing in a certain play or in a certain situation that you maybe your coach or your teammate or maybe you have drawn on your head. How are you going to be doing? Okay, in such a way that you are imagining it. How are you going to it? Okay, and then while you are imagining it, you will also think of errors, possible errors na maybe nagawa mo noon or pwede mong gawin. Okay, and then on that you are going to be overturning it or changing it or refining it for a better performance. Kumbaga, babaguhin mo yung ginawa mong performance when it comes to mental imagery. Okay? Now, imagery, okay, comes in different categories. Okay? And we are going to be focusing in the five main categories of imagery, okay, wherein they are identified as first, motivational specific. Okay? Pag motivational specific, you are going to be using a certain imagery or a certain event wherein you are going to be doing good and at the same time you know what is going to happen. Okay? This is going to be involving yourself or your athlete, okay, looking into, okay, the main imagery or the main notion wherein they see themselves as either, okay, they did a winning move, okay, or they were cause, okay, for your team to win or for a certain event to win or be on the first plate, or okay, they use it as a boost motivation for training to facilitate that they are going to be setting it as a goal. So kumbaga, on themselves, itong event na to, okay, pag nagawa ko to, okay, mananalo ang team namin. O kaya, pag ginawa ko to, magiging first place ako. O kaya, pag ginawa ko to, maganda yung there is a new skill locked. Okay? Unlock, di pala lock. Unlock for myself. Okay? Next, motivational general mastery. Okay? Kumbaga, nagawa nyo na before and then iisipin nyo again na pag ginawa ko to ulit at pinag-practicean ko ulit, baka dito ako makilala. Dito ako makikita na dito ako magaling. Okay, especially in difficult circumstances. Sabihin na natin, okay, sa basketball. Okay, um, tawag dito, naghahabol ang team ninyo, 3 points na lang. Okay, 3 points na lang. Oh, pag ano, sa inyo, kailangan, hindi naman sinasabing gumawa kayo ng magical move, pero you have done it before. Maybe you have done it in the when you were in college or maybe you did it in high school or in elementary. Tapos sabi, gawin ko kaya ulit. Okay? We're in. Okay, I'll shoot a 3-point shot. Okay? And make sure that it goes in para tumabla. Eh, kaya lang pagka-shoot niyo ng bola ng 3 points, pumasok, na-foul pa kayo. O ayan, meron ng general mastery. Tapos pinaulit-ulit-ulit niya pa na kung saan you were able to address, okay, the mastery of a certain skill. Okay? Next, motivational general arousal. Okay? This is an imagery that reflects feelings of relaxation. stress, anxiety, or arousal in relation to sports competitions. Now, there is a good evidence, my dear students, to suggest that MGA or motivational general arousal imagery can influence heart rate, okay? Na kung saan, okay, you become psyched up. Ayun, 'di ba? Psyched up, pwede mo siyang gawing motivation. Okay, sir, medyo masama ang ano eh, masama ang tawag dito, ang aking ano, ano tawag dito, kasi masama yung loob ko kasi natalo tayo last time. So, technically speaking, gusto kong bumawi. Okay? So, psyched up ka. Okay? O kaya, coach, alam mo nung ano nung huling laro natin talaga namang ano, naka double-double ako na ano na stat noon. Okay? Sabihin natin naka-10 ace ako o kaya tapos naka-10 spike ako. Okay, so double-double performance ako. Sige, gamitin na natin 'yan, tuloy-tuloy na natin coach. So yun basically, you got something, okay, in you that you were inspired. Okay? Next is cognitive specific. Okay? Now this one involves seeing yourself performing specific skills such as a tennis serve, okay, golf putt, or triple tall loop, okay, in figure skating. Now, upon learning, okay, these skills and performing the desired outcomes, the evidences suggest that cognitive specifics imagery will be the most effective choice. This one is that when something is being taught to you, okay, and then you were able to achieve, okay, a certain skill, while you are practicing it or you did it in a competition, and natandaan mo paano siya gagawin. Okay, and then you were able to perform it. Then that could be a good imagery note on your end. Okay, and then the last one would be cognitive general. Okay, this involves images of strategy and game plans related to competitive events. Okay, so examples of this one. Okay, maybe during a serve in volley. Okay, wherein, sabihin na natin in tennis, okay, plano niyo talaga na gano'n po yung inyong service, okay, wherein na you were able to set an ace or kung sa basketball naman, okay, you were able to break a, quick play, okay, na kung saan you were able to get the advantage over, okay, your opponent. Okay, so basically, these are your imagery categories. Okay, now the next thing that I would want to talk about would be the fit, okay, principle, or what we call principles of exercise that consists of FITT, or F for frequency, I for intensity, T for time, and T for time. Okay? Now, in designing your imagery program, okay, ito medyo mag apply na tayo sa exercise program. You should be able to apply the FIT principles as you are going, as you have already identified, okay, your physical training that you are going to be engaging in. So again, FIT is for frequency. Wherein the idea to this one is that you are going to be asking yourself, how many times are you going to be exercising in a week? Could it be 1 to 2 times, or 2 to 3 times, or 4 to 5 times, okay, or 5 to 6 times? So it depends on you, depending on your capacity. I is for intensity. Okay, wherein you are going to be creating an all sensory experience wherein you have a clear and vivid. Okay, it means clear cut sa inyo. Paano nyo i-conduct yung inyong exercise program, or in maybe you will be giving 50%, okay, of your time and effort, including your concentration in doing this program. Or maybe you are really serious about this one, doing 90%, okay, less of down times, okay, or restful times or resting times, to be able to finish your program immediately. Okay. T for time. How long are you going to be doing your exercise program? Okay. Are you going to be doing it for, or your training program? Are you going to be doing it for 20 minutes? Okay. Are you going to be doing for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or 1 hour, or maximize it to 2 hours wherein you would really would want to be good at a certain program, or you would really want to develop your physical attributes. And last one is time, okay, wherein you should be able to decide, okay, on what type of imagery type or what type of physical training would you want to do to be able to improve on yourself. Okay, so technically, if you would want to be what do you call this, a good basketball player, what would be the basketball programs that you are going to be doing? Okay, so that you would be able to see your performances. Okay, next. There. Seven, dealing effectively with anxiety. Ito, marami po ang medyo nagkakaroon ng confusion, ha. Ang anxiety po at mental health issues, magkaiba po 'yan. Okay. Sa anxiety po, okay, sa ating mga student, sa ating mga athletes is mainly going to be focused on the main idea of accepting, okay, accepting what are the things that they possibly needs to perform well. Okay, tandaan po natin that in sports, anxiety is part of the game. Okay? Kasi bakit? Lalo na po yung natatalo. Okay? They get this anxiety attacks that they should have done something so that they would have played the game better so that their team will be able to win. Okay? Wherein an individual or a sports individual will be able to realize that some degree of anxiety will actually change the performance, but sometimes it could be used as a motivation for them to perform well. Okay, now in this case, we once we have already identified this, you would now be able, okay, to know how to reduce your anxiety when, okay, it becomes too strong, or you are actually about to lose, okay, your sanity, okay, because of this anxiety. Kumbaga, kung magulo na yung laro mo at hindi ka pa nagko-concentrate or nawawala ka sa focus, maybe sometimes a pat in the back, okay, would be telling you to start refocusing yourself. Okay, it's as simple as that. Okay, now in that case, ayan, we should all, if we are going to be also dealing with anxiety, you should be also dealing effectively with emotions. Okay, because successful athletes accept strong emotions such as excitement, anger, yan yung makikita niyo po yung sumisigaw yung mga tao. Sumisigaw po sila kapag nagkakaroon po sila na, or they were able to achieve something during a game. You also need to accept disappointment, especially on losing times. That these are experiences that you are going to be dealing with. Okay, not just on a daily basis, but on a regular basis. Okay. Um, Emotions, okay, are able to also improve, but yet can also interfere to athletes, okay, at a very high level of performance, wherein their game type will be affected. There. Okay, so um kaya nga po, okay, when we deal with anxiety and emotions, the thing that we need to remember is that we should teach our athletes to concentrate. Okay? Because successful athletes have the mental quality to focus on tasks that are at hand or that are right in front of them. Now, if the athletes lacks concentration, okay, um, their athletic abilities will not be effectively or efficiently applied to the task that is given to them. Okay? Like for example, sa football player, okay? Syempre, kapag wala sila sa focus, okay, they don't pay attention, okay, to what is to the instruction that is given to them. Okay? Maybe they are disturbed. Maybe they would be thinking na there would be I could do another play. Okay, but if I do this, but if you do that play, then the whole thing will get be ruined. Okay, you learn how to maintain your focus and resist distractions, especially during a gameplay na kung saan meron po tayong mga adversaries na talaga namang aasarin kayo o kaya kayo po ay bibigyan ng ang tawag dito, maraming problema or bibigyan po kayo ng ang tawag dito, challenges na kung saan you will get to be distracted. Okay? That's why yung kumbaga trash talking, okay? They would really disturb you. Okay? And the thing is that you get to lose your focus. Okay? Now, we also teach, okay, our athletes to regain their focus. Okay, especially during competitions na talaga namang sabihin na nating mediocre performance or maybe it's not really your day. Okay? And we actually also teach them, okay, the idea to play in the here and now. Kumbaga, put yourself, okay, in this situation right now. Don't think about any other situations except this game. Okay? And okay, if we are going to be teaching concentrations, we are also going to be teaching them the various types of concentrations, wherein it will be looking on sustained concentration, wherein it is being used for distance running, okay, especially kapag napapagod na, cycling, tennis, and squash. Squash. Okay? Short bursts of concentration, okay, could be used, okay, for the idea of cricket, golf, if you're going to be driving a golf ball, shooting, okay, and athletic field events like sprinting. Okay, and intense concentration, okay, could be used for skiing. O sabihin na natin, you could also use it for powerlifting or weightlifting. Okay, to show that you are okay in depth in your what do you call this top valued performance for that day. Okay. Next is confidence. Okay. Confidence results from the comparison an athlete makes between the goal and their ability. Now, the athlete will have self confidence if they believe they can achieve their goal. Okay. So, technically, what we are looking into them is that um, we are actually telling them or let them embrace the main idea that you only achieve what you believe. Ayan. Kaya mo yan. Okay? Caring mo na yan. Iyong-iyo na yan. Okay? And then the next one is good goal setting. Okay? Challenge them to realistic situations wherein they are able to get end results from themselves, wherein they would be able to feel the idea of success. Okay. Now, on that note, they are able also to look into goals. Okay. Whether it's short term and long term, wherein their confidence would be growing. Ayan. So technically, as a ano no, as a PE teacher, marami po tayong kailangan gawin. Pero okay, these goals and confidences must also be supported, okay, with the commitment and the belief that they have to do also. Okay, wherein commitment and belief allows them to excel or become the best they can possibly be in the chosen, okay, pursuit that they would want to grow to. Okay, wherein they would wherein they would be able to form the hub or heart of human excellence, wherein the two basic elements of excellence encompasses the overall perspective or orientation towards excellence, wherein the way to view yourself, your capacity, and the importance of your pursuit and your desire will become your best, okay, motivational medicine or factor that could bring you to that pedestal. Okay? Your commitment or passion for your pursuit, your willingness to work hard and persist in the face of challenges and obstacles will also be included, wherein you are going to be using this as factors for you to be able to succeed, and the extent of which you grow to believe in yourself. Okay, that you are doing the critical components of excellence. It means that you are able to carry yourself without any adversaries, okay, in the future. Okay, now let us always remember, okay, that when you teach the elements of excellence, okay, you have to focus on the wheel of excellence, wherein you are telling your students, okay, to have full focus, have positive images, okay, in any situation, have mental readiness, okay, in what they are going to be doing. They should have full control over distractions that's going to be overcoming, and have a constructive evaluation of what they are going to be doing. Now, these five spokes of excellence are mental skills that would, okay, pull them in, okay, into the commitment and belief into a series of positive actions that make their performance wheel run smoothly and efficiently, wherein they would be able to see the end goal of their program or their pursuit into sports. Okay? Yan. So, these are the things. Lahat po ito. Ito po yung kumokontrol or nagiging factors po to what they are going to be in the near future. So with that, my dear colleague, or with my dear students, that would be, okay, the end of our training, or the different psychological training for our athletes in the on this part. Okay, and basically we have already finished this part of psychological mental skill training, okay, for our athletes. Okay. So, with that, my dear students, I will just be giving everyone, okay, a quick 5 minute break first. Okay, 5 minute break. Take a maybe grab a drink. Okay, and rest your eyes first for a few moments. And then after that, we are going to be moving to the next topic, okay, wherein we are going to be talking about more. Okay, there. Sorry, there. This time, we are going to be talking about all about psychological preparation in sports. So with that, I'll be seeing everyone after 5 minutes. Okay, so welcome back to everyone, and welcome to our session or the continuation of our session. And this time, we are going to be talking about psychological preparation. Now, this time, we are going to be looking into the mental approaches of getting our athletes ready, okay, for what do you call this? For certain for our athletes, okay. And what we are going to be focusing here would be the role and the use of sports psychologists. Okay, so basically, we are getting experts or people or additional people to be able to work on this matter. And then the next one would be relaxation techniques. There. So, what is actually the role and the use of sports psychologists to our athletes? So they are actually, or sports psychology is actually viewed as a standard training tool by coaches and athletes as they attempt to describe, explain, and predict the attitudes, behaviors, and feelings of sports participants. So, for athletes, what they are going to be doing is that they are able to know, okay, the things that they need to hone and the things that they need to adjust during or in any type of situation. Okay, so in this manner, for athletes to compete at their best, they must be able to number one, okay, handle or reduce or cope with stress. So that is the first thing that they are going to be doing. They should be able or they are going to be teaching them how to handle pressure, okay, in any suitable way. Psych out the opponents that they are going to be dealing with, learn skills that they are going to be going through, okay, develop team strategies or they be able to understand team strategies that they are able that is given to them, think clearly, relax, be motivated and enthusiastic, and enjoy themselves during the actual sport. Now, the psychological skills are actually divided into types wherein the athletes can develop to enable them to perform optimally, okay, at their peak, wherein they are able to develop mental imagery, they are able to set goals, concentrate on what they need to do. Okay. They're able to control their anxiety or arousal. Okay. And relax or have relaxation tips or techniques during, or before, during, and after any sports events. Okay. Now, these are actually skills that can be practiced the same way as the physical skills training, wherein athletes must be able to turn themselves on and off or up and down, okay, during an event wherein, okay, they are able also to train at any time in any places, maybe at home, in the bus, and especially in the competitive environment. Okay. Now, these are the following skills that are being, okay, trained are strategically enhanced through the psychological abilities, which are both practical for both coaches and athletes, wherein they should be able to focus, center, and do self-talk. Okay. In focusing, okay, staying in a controlled emotional state and concentration in an immediate event is very, very important because athletes focus on the elements, okay, on coming even and refocus during an event, whether they have done something good or not. They are also able to use keywords or thoughts or even actions who often used to maintain that are used to maintain their focus so that they are always in the game always. Okay. Now, what are going to be focusing keywords that are being used? Okay. Number one, you have technique wherein it could say stay low, reach, pull, okay? Or relax, be smooth, go easy, go with the flow, okay? And self-encouragement, you can do this, okay? you are in control. Okay? The and you could also there are also other focus points that can be used, like counting strides. Okay, focusing on a specific point, maybe a finish line or a person in front or a distant tree. Okay, next would be centering, wherein this would be the process that gives a student athlete or athletes the feeling of being grounded. Yan, kumalma ka dyan. Okay? Um, Make sure that you don't do anything too exciting that could harm you, and make sure to clean your thoughts. Okay? Um, on this note, you are in control of personal feelings and confidence in physical performance, wherein it involves breathing, okay, and focusing and refocusing attention, so that they themselves would be able to understand the main idea of talking to oneself. Okay? They could be allowed or mentally talking to themselves. Or it could be based on physical tasks and emotional mood. Okay? This could also be effective in a positive nature, wherein they are able to rehearse the same skill over and over again, correcting and recorrecting a skill over and over, and refocus to be able to refocus, considering, considering that, you should be able to follow certain activities that could be driven to our athletes. Right? So there we go, my dear students. Okay, that would be our discussion for this morning, and this finishes off the two-part idea, or the two-part topic of dealing into psychological training, or psychological skills training that could be done wherein experts and other related courses could be used to be able to help athletes. Okay, so with that, we are already ready. To go into our activity wherein I would want you to, ito na po yung ating kaantay-antay na task number one. Okay? So, from task number one, I would like you to choose one factor that you believe the most positive impact in physical performance. Okay? So, ito po yung task po ninyo sa ano, no? So, instruction. Okay, ba't ganyan? So, let us edit it for a while. Okay. So simply, I would like you to answer the following question. Okay. So I would like you to choose one factor that you believe has the most impact, in physical performance. So basically, you just need to choose one, and you have to explain why is that one factor very important to you. Next, number two, choose one factor that you believe has the least impact in physical performance, especially to our athletes or student athletes. So all you need to do is just choose one factor and explain. Okay, and basically you just need to submit it in this a task one assignment tab here. Okay, and that is already your first task. Okay, so with that, my dear students, basically that is going to be our session for this morning. Okay, sorry, hindi ko pala na, ayan. Okay, so basically that is your task number one that you just need to answer. So again, you just need to choose one factor that you believe has the most positive impact in physical performance, and you have to explain why. Okay. And then you just need to choose one factor that you believe has the least impact in physical performance, and you answer why. Okay. So with that, my dear students, again, you just need to submit this in a Word file format, and that is already your task one. Okay. For task two, we are going to be talking about that next week after the discussion that we have done for today. Okay. So with that, my dear students, if there are no further questions or clarifications, Thank you very much for attending our class for today, and I'll see you next week. Have a great day, everyone.